One of the things I keep hearing across the industry is simply this: Troy, there are just no buyers out there right now. Well, let me be clear. That is 100% not accurate. Buyers didn't disappear. They simply moved categories. When the market shifts, buyer behavior shifts along with it. It's often that we forget that we need to shift as well. Look, we've been trained to think that if it's not broken, don't fix it. While parts of that are true, we should still monitor it even while it's working well. That's the differentiator and how those agents that have shifted have taken off, and we can see that in their numbers. Right now, the opportunity sits in 3 places. Start with today's renters. Start with renters across Las Vegas, Phoenix, Southern California. Rents all still remain high. Many renters are paying close to what they would in a mortgage cost. Yes, even with today's rates. They assume they cannot buy. They think they need 20% down or that they simply do not qualify. It's an education gap, and it's a sweet spot where great agents step in. So, let me tell you a quick story. I was living in an apartment, and I was 20 years old, newly married to my wife, Trista. Across the breezeway, there was another couple there, and they came home one day and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, we just bought a house." We're like, "No, you didn't." They were about the same age we were, maybe a year or two older, and they're like, "There's no way they can afford a home. I know where they work. I know what they do. There's no way." And they told us where they bought. So you know what we did? We got in the car and we drove over to that development. And we said, "We have some friends that just bought a house over here. I guess we want to look at homes." I had no idea if I could qualify or not. They had a couple of model homes left, and they made us a sweet deal on a home. It's $115,000, by the way. I'll never forget this. I'm like, there's no way I can afford that. You know what? We were able to qualify. And we got out of the apartment we're renting, and we began being homeowners. So, your call to action this week: identify 5 renters in your network or your social media circles and start a conversation with them. Ask them a simple question. Have you ever looked at what it would take to own instead of rent? Again, it's precisely what convinced me to buy my first home when I was 20 years old. Give it a shot. Okay, next, relocation buyers. Migration from California into Nevada and Arizona is continuing. Actually, let me add Washington State to that list now, with all the new taxes they put in there. We are seeing an influx into Las Vegas right now, and I bet we are as well in Phoenix. I just heard about this about an hour ago. So people are moving. They're still moving. They're moving for lifestyle. They're moving for taxes, as I just mentioned, and they're moving for opportunities. These buyers are researching online, which is why it's important to have a strong digital presence, an SDP. They're watching videos. They're paying attention to the agents who demonstrate real knowledge of the market. Why couldn't that be you? Those that are showing up consistently online are the ones that are capturing those clients that are looking into our markets. So your call to action this week: record 1 short video about why someone should consider moving into your market. Share what makes the lifestyle, the neighborhoods, or the opportunities unique. Don't worry about overproducing. Keep it genuine and keep it authentic and blast it out. Get it to everyone you know. The agents who show up online are the ones that the relocation buyers are going to be finding. Okay, next. Lastly, move up homeowners. Yes, many of them have a 2 or 3% mortgage interest rate. We know that. But their life hasn't stopped. They're still growing families. They're still changing jobs. Kids are moving out. They're having more kids. Their lifestyles continue to evolve. The opportunity is uncovering those life moments through better conversations and more open-ended questions. Your call to action this week: open your database and reach out to 10 homeowners you've not spoken to in the last year. As a matter of fact, reach out to 10 of them tomorrow. Reach out to 10 daily. Ask them this: if you could change one thing about your home or lifestyle right now, what would it be? That conversation will often reveal their next move. So here's the reality. Buyers did not disappear. Agents simply stopped hunting in the right places. The agents who stay disciplined, start conversations, and take action quickly will discover that buyers are still there. They're just wearing camouflage, and you have to find them in different places. Thanks for keeping it real. We'll see you next week.